Let me break it down for you, Jack and Denny's, with the Blackstone shooting. LaPena was the target. Now we can talk about 33 and all the world's a stage and all that, but we're not going to go there. I don't want to deal with that right now. So here's the deal. Blackstone, Larry Fink started at Blackstone. The name BlackRock is homage to that company that gave him his big break after he did a bunch of schemes in the 80s. Anyway, Blackstone, especially the department LaPena was in, is responsible for jacking up these rents. Like I've talked about in previous videos, these companies like to buy up land, trailer parks and shit. And so you'll pay off your mobile home, but now you gotta pay the rent on the land itself to Blackstone. They buy all these goddamn family homes in places like New York and Seattle. Jack up the fucking rent to the max. Good luck buying a house because real shitty homes, little small shack houses cost $400,000. $200,000 and $300,000 for little fucking shacks. You want $100,000 house? You gotta move to the fucking sticks. You gotta fucking battle Bigfoot and skinwalkers at night and shit for $100,000. Shitting in a fucking outhouse. The home that I grew up in, a small little 3-bedroom, $1.2 million. Just because it's in the city of Seattle. That's what you're dealing with here. And it's not because of fucking demand. They just buy up all the property because people can afford it, and then they jack it up to ensure that nobody will be able to afford it, so that they can make you rent forever. Like I talked about in that video a while back. With all these fucking subscriptions, everything is rented. Everything is rented. Movies are rented. Video games are rented. Everything is rented. You buy a fucking printer, and you gotta fucking rent it. Even if you own it, you're renting it. It's fucking crazy. It's the craziest fucking shit I've ever heard what kind of life. And her department did that. So he went down there and he targeted her for that specific reason. It had absolutely nothing to do with the NFL, even though the NFL is tied to the United States government. It had nothing to do with that. The housing wing of Blackstone was targeted because of what they're doing, and CEOs are getting clapped all over the country. This happened back in 2008. I used to talk about this shit all the time, where they were throwing CEOs and executives out of windows. They'd find out who's responsible for what, go up in these buildings and toss their ass out of windows. They'd go in the parking lots and grab them. And then on the news, they were trying to cover it up. So they would say, oh, bankers are committing suicide all over the nation. And that's why they've got to get bodyguards. Why are you getting a bodyguard if you're deleting yourself? It makes no sense. It was because civilians were taking them out. And that's one of the reasons why Change Boy came in there with his toothless ass bullshit bill to play with the public rage, while on the back end, he was sending Gestapo to curb stomp Occupy Wall Street protesters and get that goddamn movement about the mix, while going after the Tea Party as well, and then turning Occupy Wall Street into what's now the progressives, who aren't really progressive, they're just regular Democrats with neoliberal bullshit policies, no different from Republicans. And then the Tea Party, which was people questioning 9/11, that just turned into the right wing thanks to Sarah Palin. And so it just went right back into the fake ass left-right paradigm. You get Occupy Wall Street shit out the mix, you get questioning 9/11 out of the mix. They're gonna do the same. They're doing the same thing right now with the Israel shit. They're turning the Israel shit into, if you're pro-Israel, you're right wing, and if you're anti-Israel, you're left wing. That's what they're trying to do. But there's so many people on the right that hate Israel for obvious reasons. 1488 guys, that it's not really working. So they're really trying to pivot. And so what they're going for now is censorship by making people submit IDs on social media platforms to quote unquote protect the children, when in reality is to protect people in the apartheid ethno state from criticism over their genocide. But regardless of that, people are taking up arms against the oligarchs. People are taking up arms against the multinationals. That's what's happening right now, just like it did back in 2008. Make no mistake, that's what really happened here. Bitch.